لكم منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. I begin with the name of God, and I begin by praising God, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his final messenger, and I send peace and blessings upon Muhammad and his family and his companions. Welcome again, dear viewers, to another in the series of Advice of the Day. Now, we're continuing talking about Ramadan and how to get the most out of it. Last time I mentioned that we need to adopt the course of moderation in food, and that the Prophet, peace be upon him, has mentioned in a hadith that the way to do this, or part of the way to do this, is that we just eat enough just to keep our back straight, just to keep enough, just to keep us going for our daily activities. And also he's mentioned that if we need to eat more, we should have a third, keep a third of our stomach for our food, a third for water or liquids, and a third for air, meaning we should not adopt the course of having a full stomach. And God has also mentioned in the Quran in Surah Al-A'raf that we should eat and drink and not be excessive, and this would solve many of the medical problems that unfortunately Muslims and also non-Muslims suffer from today in today's world due to eating and drinking to excess. So moderation of food and drink is part of the sunnah inside Ramadan and outside of Ramadan. Now, practically, what can we do in Ramadan? Practically, we can, at the time of the sunset prayer, we can have a brief breaking of the fast involving water, perhaps milk and dates, avoiding sugary and fatty things at this time. And then this will take between 5 and 10 minutes, and then pray Maghrib, the sunset prayer, in the mosque. And also don't forget to pray the sunnah prayers, the two optional or sunnah prayers, which are after the obligatory prayers. And then after this we can have something, maybe a meal, a small meal, to keep us going, to give us energy for the night, for worship for the night and reciting Quran in the night, etc., etc. Now at the moment we're actually in the summer season for most of the world, or most of the Muslim world, which is in the northern hemisphere. So we may need to drink more water and actually eat less food rather than the other way around, because of the heat and the dehydration that we can suffer from during this season. And there's a hadith that many people quote, but actually it does have some weakness in this hadith. However, the hadith itself has a correct meaning, which is fast and you will be healthy. And we know this from the Quran and Sunnah, that fasting is there to improve our lives spiritually, psychologically, and also physically. And it's very lamentable that these days that many Muslims, whether they're in the Muslim countries or non-Muslim countries, actually suffer from some of these diseases which could actually be prevented by simply regulating food and drink. Diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, angina, etc., etc. Now these are not the only causes. I mean, eating and drinking too much is not the only cause, but it's actually a major cause or a major factor in the spread of these type of diseases. So I would just like to emphasize again the importance of moderation in food and drink. And if we do this, we will achieve immense benefits, as I said, spiritual, psychological and physical. And the lightness that we feel, from having an empty stomach or a non-full stomach, will mean that our worship will actually feel so much easier to carry out, and we won't feel sluggish or tired or lazy when it comes to worship. And this will help us to achieve the God consciousness, the taqwa that we need in Ramadan. So I'd just like to leave you with that thought, and I will see you again next time, inshallah. Thank you very much. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وَلْتَكُن مِّنكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ وَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ